Welcome to another edition of You Can't Make This Stuff Up with Dr. Mark. I didn't even realize that restroom naming rights was a thing until I read a recent op-ed article by Nicholas Goldberg of the LA Times. As Goldberg said in his op-ed, it took me a few moments standing there outside the bathrooms at the Music Center in downtown Los Angeles before I fully grasped that some fundraising genius had actually sold the lavatory naming rights. It seemed inconceivable, but there it was in big letters over the entrance, Lefton Family Restrooms. On the one hand, good for the Lefton family for stepping forward to help the Music Center pay to renovate its plaza. Cities need people who support the arts, including the less glamorous, more functional parts of the underlying infrastructure. But branded bathrooms? Really? At first, I thought that the naming rights was something new thought up in desperation by fundraisers who were suffering from lagging donations on account of the COVID-19 pandemic. But in searching for other examples of restroom naming rights, I was surprised to find that colleges and universities had been offering up restroom naming opportunities for some time. For example, I found a February 6, 2012 article on InsideHigherEd.com reporting on restroom naming opportunities at Dixie State College in Utah. There, the mere sum of $2,000 would buy you naming rights to individual restroom stalls in a planned building that never was built. I guess because they couldn't convince enough donors to fork over the $2,000. But all was not lost. The Inside Higher Ed article noted that an alumnus of Harvard Law School, one William Fallick, had donated $100,000 to have a men's room in that august institution named in his family's honor. The article went on to describe several other successful restroom naming opportunities at colleges and universities across the country. Almost all the restroom namings I came across had been funded by individual donors. Indeed, there are some advantages to that, because if the donor turns out to be someone whose name you really wouldn't want to have on a building, then having the donor's name on a restroom turns into a bit of irony. But it seems to me that restroom namings should be a fertile ground for corporate sponsorship. For example, I can envision a campaign by the company that makes Ex-lax to sponsor restrooms across the planet with the slogan, "This restroom brought to you by the makers of Ex-lax. When the going gets tough, the tough get Ex-lax." Likewise, I can see the Trump Organization sponsoring restrooms throughout the United States, equipped with gold-plated commodes and signs on the wall that say, "Here is your chance to dump Trump." I know my viewers are a creative bunch, so I invite you to make suggestions in the comment sections of similar corporate restroom sponsorships. If you have enjoyed this episode of You Can't Make This Stuff Up, please watch some of the other videos in this series. Just click on the link below.